Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today it is the playoffs. It is all to play for today. We've got both legs of the game against Derby County, and fingers crossed we will also have a game in the final as well. Not any fresh injury concerns or anything like that. We're all good to go. Let's see if we can get off to a good start today and really push ourselves into a fight for promotion. Obviously, the first leg is really going to stipulate exactly how good this could be today. If it's going to go badly, then obviously we could be in for a very tough discussion when it comes to the summer. Um, we are going to be putting the experienced lads in for this first leg, especially, and we'll see how we get on from there. I will switch Mwanga and Edwards around though, because I do feel that they are better that way round, to be quite honest. And other than that, we'll just see how we get on. Um, we are at home today, so realistically, we have got the advantage. We want to get a really good score line under our belt today, just so that it takes a little bit of the pressure off for the away leg. In terms of the other semi-final, I believe it is Sheffield Wednesday and Cardiff is how it's shaping up. So I'm not really sure who I'd rather play. I think realistically, in terms of the nature of the teams in this playoff run, we are the bigger of the four teams, in my opinion. It's just going to be a case of whether we can get it over the line or not. It all comes down to individual performances. Weather is absolutely rotten here by the looks of it, here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. So we're just going to have to knuckle down and see what we can do. Derby playing a very similar system to us with the 4-3-3, variety of different roles that they're making use of though. So it'll be interesting to see which of the sides really settles into it. James Trafford in goal for Derby County as well. So they've got a really good quality goalkeeper for sure. I've not really paid much attention to the actual players that any of these other teams have got, but obviously, key thing is just try and get over the line. That's great footwork from Charisis, and he's got the strike away. And I tell you what, Trafford was scrambling there, just off target, unfortunately, and it remains 0-0. But good positive play from Charisis, taking it past his man with relatively ease, to be honest. Walmsley playing as an inside fullback, I've just noticed as well. So when it comes down to it, we do win possession, there might be a good amount of space for Charisis on this right-hand side. Here is Walmsley into VR. Now Okoretko. Fake got on. Vera does well to get it away, and Kokolakis has got ahead of the defender. I'm not too sure why the defender left it, but Kokolakis couldn't quite convert the chance. It's off the post, and I don't know if Trafford actually made the save there, but a massive, massive opportunity from our perspective. And to be honest, I think Kokolakis, given his goal-scoring run this season, should have scored, to be quite honest. Big, big chance going amiss there for us. Dribbling into Edwards. Into Saidu, knocking it over the top again. Kokolakis right on the edge of the offside trap. Charisis was arriving at the far post, but again, um, something that we've seen quite a few times in different episodes. Kokolakis does really keep it tight with that last man, and he has been caught offside on numerous occasions. And it, it is worth a wonder to know how many goals he may have scored had he not been offside. We've seen a few get disallowed, obviously big chances like that as well, where he's just being caught out. So at times, perhaps he's just pushing his luck a little bit too much. Good interception from Lamine Fane there. Kokolakis into Dibbling, back into Vera, and now Mwanga. Plays it to the right hand side. O'Brien into Charisis. And again, we've got that width available there. And again, Charisis beats his man superbly, fires it across the face of goal. And Kokolakis didn't try to get a touch on it. I don't know if it was a shot or not from Charisis, but either way, Kokolakis should be trying to get in on that action there. He should have dived in for it. We've been the better side, and it's a very similar story to that game against Stoke last time out. We just couldn't find the back of the net, and we were by far the better side. We created a lot more opportunities, and it looks like it's heading the same way again today at the moment. Dibbling coming down the left-hand side, plays it to Kokolakis. He's got support. He's struck it from distance, And not very convincing goalkeeping that from Trafford. He didn't really get a lot of that, really, Kokolakis, but it remains 0-0. And again, we've been the dominant force today, but we're just lacking in front of goal. And we'll tell the lads to keep up the performance because we have been playing well. But I think I'm going to do a bit of a surprise here. I'm going to get Robbie on straight away in this second half because Kokolakis just hasn't been at it today. He's missed a massive opportunity hitting the woodwork, and yeah, I'm not taking any chances today. I think everything in the midfield and such has been fine, but it's a big chance for Robbie as well because he's got the strength as well. He could really put this Derby defence to sword a little bit today. Considering we're dominating the game itself, they've not really created any chances, Derby. But saying that, we said the same about Stoke, and the one chance they had from a set piece, they did convert. So we just need to keep things tight at the back, and we need to try and find a way of getting ourselves in front in this tie. It's not like we're not trying. I think Derby are a little bit afraid of pushing themselves too far today with the second leg, obviously, available as well. Tarome inside who exchanging passes, finds Fane on the edge of the area. Okoretko brings him down. And, I mean, I'm looking at that, and that was outside the penalty area. But by the looks of it, a penalty has been awarded. And VAR has confirmed it to be a penalty. Well, that looked outside the area to me. And I mean, realistically, we deserve to be in front. Brobby's going to take the penalty, and Brobby is going to score the penalty. So we do take a deserved lead in the game, but a very contentious decision from the penalty spot. It very much looked outside the area, that one. But we'll we'll take it for what it is. It's a decent finish from Brobby right into the bottom corner, and in the end, we finally have a deserved lead in this tie. But it's, yeah, very, very strange decision that one. It looked outside the box to me, I will be honest, but we will certainly take it at this moment in time. Watson in possession for Derby. Okoretko back into Watson again. They're just trying to build on that on our right-hand side, but they do lose possession. Mwanga into Vera. Bit of space ahead of him if he could find the pass to Saidu, and he did well, in fact. To Rome to Dibbling. Plays it into Charisis. That's a great pass through. Brobby onside, and Brobby has scored again. And Trafford got a hefty touch on that, but couldn't keep it out. It was a really well-worked goal. Surely the goal is given, and it is. He was just about onside. And I mean, it says it was a tight call. I don't think it was a tight call at all. I mean, Brobby's absolutely smashed that into the back of the net. Trafford got a touch on it, couldn't keep it out. And we now have a 2-goal lead. And this is looking really, really promising for us to make it to the final. If we can get a third goal here, that would really cement our position in this playoff semi-final, in my opinion. Obviously, I will say it straight away, though. Derby away from home, it's not going to be an easy game, but if we play like this, in control of everything, there is no reason why we shouldn't go through. They've just chucked everybody forward, I've just noticed there. They've just gone to a 4-2-4-1 with 4 attacking players in there. And John Boyes is in possession. I'm sure he came through. Was he one of the lads that we had at Oldham? Boyes? May well have been. He's getting into the penalty area here, and in the end, he created a good opportunity. It's a good save from Noel. 3-2-4-1 they've gone to for a shape. I've not seen that one before. Right at the end of the game, Derby trying to find something that they can hold on to at the end of this tie. Vera's header away. Saidu couldn't quite get there. Here's Watson. Cuts into the penalty area, and Tommy Watson has scored for Derby. It's their first shot on target of the whole game, and they've scored it. And this is exactly what happened against Stoke. Fortunately, we do have the lead, but all of a sudden, they've created one chance and they've scored it. And it's a little bit frustrating. It kind of reminds me of FIFA in a way that when you're playing on the hardest difficulty, you can have 5 or 6 shots at goal and you won't score them, and then they get one attempt and they go and knock it in. It's so frustrating at times. We've been in control of this game from start to finish. They've had one shot on target. Obviously, the one previous to that was the one that led to the corner. So we're far from comfortable in the end. We should have had 4 or 5 goals today. Far from comfortable in the end. And the second leg is going to be a very close affair for us. And like I say, if things do go amiss in that second leg, I'm not really sure what's going to happen to our position here. Obviously, another thing as well, I've just got the coaching license through. So we've finally completed all of our coaching licenses. So we do potentially have to think about going forward a little bit as well. If we don't get promoted with Everton, we could land a top job, I believe. So there is a lot to consider. But we've got a second leg to come anyway, so bear with me, and we'll come back for that one. And fingers crossed we can make it through at least to the playoff final. Okay, then here we go for the second leg. As you can see, Sheffield Wednesday won their first leg by a goal to nil against Cardiff. So the home side's doing the damage. Actually, no, Sheffield Wednesday were away in the first leg. So massive result for Sheffield Wednesday there to get that win away from home. So we're going to have to see how we get on today. There is going to be a little bit of rotation in there. We're going to keep the defence the same, though, realistically. And DeBelko is going to come in on the left-hand side. And I think, to be honest, we're going to start Robbie ahead of Kokolakis today. Big risk, I know, but Robbie did really, really well when he came off the bench in the first leg. So I'm going to give him the shot in the second leg. And of course, we can always make the half-time change again, as we did with Kokolakis last time out. Let's go out there and get this job done. Can we make it into the playoff final to face Sheffield Wednesday or Cardiff? Incidentally, Cardiff have had the beating of us this season already. I think twice they've beaten us this season. And Sheffield Wednesday, if I recall, have beaten us as well this season. So from that perspective, it doesn't look particularly favourable, does it? We'll tell the lads to just crack on. If they can play the way that they did in the first leg, we'll be absolutely fine. We just need to be in control of this tie. We are ahead for a reason. Let's get it cemented. An early goal would be ideal. Incidentally, they've already had an attempt at goal, Derby, which, to be quite honest, is already more than they would have had in the previous game. They really didn't do a lot against us at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And here we are now at Pride Park. Can we get over the line? It's going to be a tough one for sure, but it's in our hands at the end of the day. And I think, to be honest, the lads are just trying to control the pace of the game at the moment. Not too many chances being created. A couple of attempts by both sides. We've had the one on target, but other than that, nothing to speak of. We finally get a highlight here after 25 minutes. Cherisis couldn't quite get past his man. And Derby trying to build from the back with Trafford into Harrington. Knocks it forward into Cabrera. And they're just finding little pockets of space here, which is a bit of a concern. And Beggar has found Okoretko, and it's a really neat finish from the Derby player. And it is 1-0 on the night and 2 apiece now on aggregate. This is a Friday night game, by the way, incidentally. I mean, they kept finding the pockets of space. It's a great pass from the striker. Okoretko splitting the defence. I mean, I don't know where our defence was, to be quite honest. They didn't get back anywhere near quickly enough. And we find ourselves level on aggregate now, but behind on the night. We need to wake up here. And again, they've had 2 shots on target in 2 games, and they've scored them both. It's not good enough from our perspective. Akimpong into Okoretko, now Ferrin. Derby looking to control the pace of this game. And again, I was concerned about the away leg. I said it before. And Potts is in behind now, and the shot goes wide. I mean, that's a massive chance. But again, we're just not tracking the men at the moment, even from the midfield. We're not tracking them at all. And we need to wake up a bit here. I'm going to offer some encouragement just to see if we can get the lads G'd up a little bit, because at the moment, it's not looking too promising. And Derby are absolutely all over us, and they've scored again. And I don't think that was offside. I think we've thoroughly gotten away with it if it was offside. Nope, the goal's been awarded. We're now behind. And we could very easily find us. Oh, God, that was a tight call, actually. I mean, I don't know what the keeper's doing, by the way. He was nowhere near it. But after such a great display in the first leg, we find ourselves behind now. And we're getting absolutely pummeled. Cabrera's delivery. There's the header from the corner. And we almost... I mean, this is a dreadful performance. I mean, they've had so many more attempts at goal today than they did in the first game. I mean, we absolutely battered them in the first leg. And now it's not looking too good, is it? And they're absolutely all over it. Jerome finally winning ahead of Debelco, launching it over the top. Charisis picks it up. He needs support. He's gone for goal, and it's a poor attempt, really. A keeper of Trafford's quality is not going to get beaten from there. And all of a sudden, after a really positive first leg, I'm fearing the worst here. We need, well, minimum, we've got a score at least to get it level, but we need to gather ourselves together a little bit, and we need to get going. We're going to demand more, and we do have a set piece. Brobby launching it into the penalty area. Vera wins the header, but again, off target. Again, to be honest, we've not made an awful lot of set pieces this season. We've been very poor from them, in fact. I mean, Derby have completely battered us today. And we're going to have to find a way of getting ourselves into this game. But at the moment, I don't really know what the answer is going to be. We'll just lay into them a little bit, really. I mean, Charisis has been shocking. We're gonna take him off. We're gonna get Tyler Dibbling on for him. And I mean, some of the lads are nervous. I mean, what can you possibly do? I mean, you know, if they're nervous, fair enough, they're nervous, but you've got to get out there and play. We're going to get Garcia on as well for Saidu in the midfield. And I think, to be honest, Yakubu's going to come on at right back, and we'll take Mwanga off and move O'Brien to centre back. We need to make changes. And unfortunately, I would have brought Kokolakis on, but he looks nervous apparently. So there's no point in having players on the pitch that without putting too fine a point to it, that are bricking it. We need them to be on point, and we need them to just play the natural game and find a way through to goal. Here is Vera into Terome. We're just holding on to possession at the minute. Santiago Garcia to O'Brien. And again, they've closed down the space quite well here, Derby. Their shape is good. That's a great ball over the top, and Debelco. I mean, he controlled that superbly. The keeper committed, but the defender positioned himself superbly, and we just couldn't get the strike through. Lamine Fane with the delivery. Plays it into the centre of the penalty area. It's easily cleared. It's come out to Brobby. He strikes it. That's a thunderous hit from Brian Brobby. A really good goal. And we do find ourselves back level. The changes seem to have worked. We've finally managed to make the breakthrough. I mean, the delivery was okay, but again, we weren't really challenging for it. It's come out to Brobby. They didn't close him down at all. And it's a really good finish in the end. Incidentally, this happens quite regularly on Football Manager. Players get the ball on the edge of the area. No one closes them down. It's not particularly realistic from a defensive perspective, if you ask me. And I know it's only a game, but it's just something I've noticed, and it does gripe on me a little bit, even though it has worked in our favour there. Here's Garcia into Edwards. Now Fane. That's a great strike. What a goal! Lamine Fane has just scored a worldie. It's only his second of the season. He's certainly not a regular goal scorer, but he's absolutely smashed that into the back of the net. What a goal! And I don't think anybody expected that. James Trafford certainly didn't. What a strike. And all of a sudden, we've turned this game around in 2 minutes, and we're now ahead again on aggregate. It's 4-3. What a goal from Lamine Fane. That is an unbelievable hit. And all of a sudden, we're back on the ascendancy and we lead on aggregate. Can we hold on to it this time? I think we've done well to fight back, if I'm being completely honest, considering the first half performance from Derby. But it's ended up being a very even game. They've gone to the 3-2-4-1 again, as they did in the previous game, to try and get back into this. They are leaving a little bit to chance, though. I mean, realistically, if we can get a counter-attack with our wide players, we could be in with a big opportunity. We're just going to pause there. Some of the players are absolutely shattered. And I know we're ahead, but I'm going to have to make some changes. Dibbling's going to switch to the left. We're going to get Dixon. Is it? No, it's too much of a risk to bring him on. Kokolakis can come on the right. And again, we need a little bit more energy in the midfield as well. We're going to get Motter on for Edwards. And I mean, realistically, I mean, the defence is shattered as well. We'll get Motter on at centre-back, and that's going to be the last change that we can make. So, we've got to get the changes on. We need some fresh legs in there. No, they're in possession, just holding onto the ball. And he rolls it out to Vera, plays it back to the keeper. Don't faff about with it here. Incidentally, the subs haven't gone through yet. Fane into Dibbling, switches the play. DeBelco's in behind. What a chance this could be. Oh, it's just wide. That would have given us the breathing space we'd have been after. Massive, massive chance for DeBelco. Just wide, but we do make the changes now. And with a few minutes to go, can we hold on? We've done really well to get back into it. Good finish from Robbie following the set piece, but Fane's strike, worthy of winning any cup tie, in my opinion. And it has done just that. That is a huge, huge result for us. We've just scraped through to the playoff final. And Robbie, 3 goals in 2 games. Considering he's not played an awful lot of football this season, he's certainly coming up for us when we need it the most. I don't really know who we're going to be playing in the final at the minute either, but we will have that today as well, of course. And I'm just going to flick through quickly just to see who will end up playing and how far away it is. I can't imagine it being too far off, but a big, big chance for us. Obviously, we had the chance last year with Plymouth and we couldn't get over the line. Can we do it today? We've been drawn against Sheffield Wednesday in the playoff final, which is in 9 days' time. Bear with me. We'll be back for that one. Fingers crossed we can get promoted. Well, then, here we go. It is the playoff final against Sheffield Wednesday. It's a massive, massive game for the club. It's a massive game for myself as well. A big opportunity to finally hit a top flight for the first time in my managerial career. Obviously, we've completed the coaching courses and everything now as well. So it's all up in the air and everything to play for. We're actually going to drop Mwanga today. O'Brien's going to start in there. Yakubu is going to start at right back. Williams isn't fully fit for this final, which is a bit of a shame. I'd have liked him to have been available, to be honest. And other than that, the squad is pretty much going to be untouched. Kokalakis, I mean, Dibbling's morale is absolutely shot. So I think DeBelco is going to start on that left-hand side. Kokalakis has had a great season. Robbie's done really well in that playoff semi-final, though. I'm going to give Robbie the head again, and we'll see how we do. There's a couple of players that are unhappy at the minute as well. If we fail to get promoted, we could end up with a massive, massive problem. But we'll see how we get on. It's down to this one final game of the season. Can we get Everton back into the Premier League? Big game against Sheffield Wednesday. I can't remember the previous results, to be honest. But I've got a feeling we have struggled against them previously. Can we get them over the line here? Sheffield Wednesday, in fact, did beat us in the previous match that we played against them. Come on. Let's get the job done. It is going to be a tough game, and obviously we are without our number 1 keeper. Noel's been, I mean, he's been brilliant, to be honest. As a deputy, he has been fantastic for us in goal. But it is still something that I've got to be thinking about. And Edwards doing really well to win possession back and finding Yakubu. Edwards needing to push forward a little bit to get back into the midfield as we knock the ball about. Fane's lost out to Rehak, and that's a massive error from him. Castled into Rehak again. Down this left-hand side, they've got players arriving in the penalty area. I don't like the look of this at all. And there's the goal for Kadamateri. And Sheffield Wednesday lead after 7 minutes. A big error from Lamine Fane after he was the one that got us into the final with that wonder goal. And straight away, we're right up against it. And this could be a very, very bad day for us now. It's only been 7 minutes, I know, but it's not the start we wanted. We had to keep things tight at the back, and we had to push them back as well. And whatever pre-match preparations we'd have done, it's completely gone wrong straight away. They're dominating the ball as well. 70% possession they've had. And they've got that 4-2-3-1 there. We've got the space in the central midfield area, but they've basically got four up front as well. So unfortunately, it's not working out well at the start of the game. We've created a few opportunities. We've had the one shot on target as they have. And again, one shot, one goal from the opposition. We need to find a way here. O'Brien into Vera. Space ahead of him, Saidu. With the pass to Rome, gets down this left-hand side. He's got space to run into. He's been caught up a little bit. It's a good cross, though, and probably couldn't get there. Mahovo's clearance to Charasis, and now Yakubu gets into the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. It's whipped across. It's cleared away, and Brobby was lurking, but couldn't get onto it. O'Brien now coming down this right-hand side with Yakubu for support. And again, they're exchanging passes, but nothing comes of it. 9 attempts at goal, 1 on target. They've had 1 and scored it. And again, it's exactly what I was saying before. This kind of game is so frustrating. And I'm just hoping that it's not going to come down to this again. Here's Charasis into Fane, and now Brobby, Saidu, Debelko, Tarome into the penalty area. Well, I don't know if that was a shot or not, but either way, it wasn't great. And Charasis has done well to keep it in. Lays it back to Yakubu, to Fane, Yakubu, Edwards, Saidu, shoots. God save from Pierce Charles in the Sheffield Wednesday goal right on the stroke of half-time. That would have been a massive moment to grab an equaliser. Charasis whips it into the far post and it's easily claimed by the keeper. And honestly, I'm not feeling too hopeful. We've looked relatively good in terms of creating opportunities, but there's been nothing clear-cut. And Raksaki, I mean, he's just switched the play there. Rayhax hits it on the volley to cross it in again, and luckily, Noel's handling is strong enough, because that could have easily been a goal, that, to be honest, if he'd have made that mistake. O'Brien into Edwards. Now to Rome, Saidu. I mean, we're approaching half-time. I don't know why the highlight's continuing, unless there's going to be a goal at the end of this, or it's just going to come to the end of the half. To Rome, trying to get down the left-hand side. Does well to beat his man, gets the cross in. Yes, he does. And again, it's a poor cross. Again, it's a waste of a highlight in situations like that as well. There's just no point in showing it. 12 attempts at goal, 2 on target. We're dominating the game. They've had 1 shot and scored it. Very, very frustrated. But again, it was a defensive error that led to the goal. And tell the lads that we want more from them in the second half. And I'm not going to make any changes this time. I'm going to keep things as they are for now. And we'll give it a quarter of an hour or so. And we'll see if we can get ourselves back into this game. I say get ourselves back into it. Sheffield Wednesday haven't been in the game, but they got that early goal. And unfortunately for us, we just can't seem to do it ourselves. Very, very frustrating. And we're going to make some changes now, I think. It's got to be done. I mean, Charasis has been shocking, to be honest. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to move Charasis and Debelko further forward, and we're going to bring on Kokolakis as that extra striking option. Roofs is a big option as well. He could come up clutch, maybe. We'll get him on and Garcia in the midfield. We'll move Roofs up to the attacking midfield there, and we'll move Garcia back with Edwards, and he can be the playmaker in there as well. And we'll just see how we get on. We've got the deep lying forwards in there. I think, to be fair, we push Kokolakis up as a poacher. Debelko can drop back a little bit into that deep lying forward role. Or do we switch them around? Brobby's probably stronger and better at that kind of position, to be fair. So we'll do it that way. We'll see how we can get on in the second half. We're throwing everything at it. It's got to be done. Because we're just not creating anything at the minute. And we are going to go to attacking as well. Take the risks. At the end of the day, we need to get back into this game. Let's see what we can do with a front three. Kokolakis, great goal scorer for us all season. Debelko's been outstanding at times as well this season. And Brobby has got us into this final with his goals also. Here's Roofs. And Debelko wins it back into Brobby. He's got support ahead of him. Couldn't quite find it. And Edwards now into Yakubu. We've got the players going forward. Kokolakis in behind. And Kokolakis is offside. Please tell me it's not happened again. I mean, all the Sheffield Wednesday players are complaining. Oh, he's offside again. This is why I've been playing Brobby, because he works a little bit further back from that defensive line. Yeah, he's gone just a little bit too soon again. I mean, to be fair, the defender stepped up really well, incidentally, but he's just not... In the big games, he keeps making these mistakes, Kokolakis. I mean, he scored 25 goals this season. It's a great goal return, but too many mistakes like that. Castled in into Krasnicki. Edwards wins possession back. The highlight continues. Good switch of play. Debelko knocks it on. Brobby couldn't get onto it. And Sheffield Wednesday get it clear again. And of course, we've sacrificed the width with our wingers now as well. So we are risking a lot by changing the setup to what we have done. But the highlight again is still continuing. And they're starting to find space. Great interception from Tarome. He's got players to aim at. Brobby dropping deep to get possession. Keeps the move going. Roofs was there trying to get onto it. And it's out for a throw-in. And we're looking sharper. Can we find the back of the net? Tarome into the penalty area. Cuts back. And he's got the shot away. But again, he's not a goal scorer. I do appreciate him trying. Of course I do. But he's not a goal scorer. Here's Charles. He just knocks it out. I mean, look at the match stats. We've completely dominated. I'm going to offer some encouragement because, again, we've been the better team today. They've had one shot at goal. If we lose to this, I'm going to be fuming. Tarome with the throw into Garcia, back to Tarome. Can we get it into the... Just get it into the penalty. We've got 3 strikers in there. Garcia whips it into the edge of the box for Yakubu. And it's back to Edwards. And what a save that is from Pierce Charles. It was a lovely curling effort from the defensive midfielder slash defender. Debelko with the corner. Swings it in. And again, it's such a poor set piece. Every time we've got such a good set piece, coach. And yet, nothing comes of it, ever. And Sheffield Wednesday trying to build Gibbs into Nezovic. And now Kadamarteri, if they score now, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. Saar, Marvo, Brobby, he's won it back. Brobby in on goal. Brian Brobby, get in, Brian Brobby. He's single-handedly pretty much got us through these playoffs. It's a massive goal. I mean, the interception was great. Great pressing from him. He managed to get onto it. Great composure as well, I might add. I mean, he's completely on his own against the keeper. It's a lovely finish. I mean, if we didn't score today, looking at those match stats, it'd have been ridiculous, wouldn't it? I'm not going to change anything. I'm keeping on attacking, even though we are level now. And yes, they might throw players forward as well, but they've had the one shot all game and scored it. We deserve to be getting promoted here. Vera's header. Nezovic gets onto it, though. Raksaki into Gibbs. Raksaki again. Jeffers. Marvo. Oh, he's turned his man. Don't do it. Don't do it to me now. Gibbs into Raksaki. Nezovic plays it in. Raksaki squares it. Oh, you are joking. Please tell me you are joking. It's a great goal from Sheffield Wednesday. It's their second shot of the game. And they've scored again. It's just not going to happen, is it? I can't believe we're losing this game again. They've had 2 shots all game. They've scored them both. We've had 20 attempts at goal today, and we've lost. I don't even know how we've lost that. Well, we've failed again. And I don't know what that means from my perspective as a job at Everton either. The target was promotion. I don't know if I'm going to be kept on or not. This could be a very, very interesting summer. I don't know what's going to happen now. But the fact that we've not been promoted is a big, big problem because financially the club isn't doing well either. And I don't know what to do. Serious decisions need to be made now, I think. And I'll see what happens over the summer. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.